Hello and welcome to Coding After Work.
We're
back. New year.
New possibilities.
Yes. But before we kick this episode off, we are happy to say that both our sponsors, Progress Telleric and If Insurance, has decided to continue sponsoring us during 2022, which we are super happy about. Now, as you might know, Progress Telleric has amazing Blazer components with over 90, I think they're up.
It's over 90.
It's insane. So chances are if you need a Blazer component, they have already done it for you. And their support, amazing. And we also have If Insurance. They want to decrease injuries in society and they need our help. Crunching historical data with .NET technology, of course, to predict the future, which is kind of cool. And they have a tech community with over 900 people, and they are growing like never before. And I think they are hiring as well. So check them out as well. But
All right.
we have guests.
Yeah. You're not going to have to watch us, only us.
No, we have
you're
some
gonna have to watch us as
really
well.
amazing guests today.
Yeah.
Should we bring them in?
Yes, let's do that.
Uh-oh.
Look at that.
Hi.
We have almost all of our guests because we know that we have a streamer joining us
Yes.
in a minute.
I believe Jeff is still streaming.
Yeah, he might be. He might be. Hi, welcome.
Hello. How are you?
Hi.
We're
Happy
doing
New
good.
Year.
Happy
Happy
New
New
Year.
Year.
I
guess
can't
it's
believe
epiphany
it's
for those who follow
2022.
this sort of thing.
Yeah. Indeed.
I
it is.
think that confetti means that Jeff is here.
Or at
We
least
didn't
he's
get
rating us.
confetti.
Look at that.
Oh
Look
my.
at that.
Oh, right. It's a raid.
C# coding squad is here. All your base are belong to us. Yeah, look at this. All your base are belong to us. Welcome. We will have some fun.
Uh-oh.
It's a raid.
What have you been doing over at Jeff's channel? Anything fun? It's always fun.
Well,
It's code, right?
yeah, exactly. Hello, everyone.
Where is
Yeah,
Jeff?
I think he is. He's.
If I had
Look at
just
this.
been,
He's coming.
streaming for 2 or 3 hours,
Oh, he
Yeah.
I
might.
know where I'd be.
Yeah. That's where Sarah and I were just prior.
He is a real streamer. He can stream 24/7, and you wouldn't even know, right? So
Well, there's
yeah.
a reason he did that 24-hour stream, like, in a tub of water.
Yeah.
Isn't that what space diapers
Right?
are for?
Exactly.
Astronaut diapers. I tried to get Fritz to use those repeatedly, and he seems offended by those suggestions.
What?
Right?
Oh. I remember.
It just gets in the way of his catheter.
That's one way of solving it as well. So yeah. I know, Sarah, you and I have had discussions about diapers, haven't we?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Where is this going?
Well, you know,
So
when you
sometimes late at night, when you're tired, you're working conferences, topics come up. And we
I am
started
glad-
talking about diving diapers.
I'm glad to see we've deteriorated right away.
right off the bat.
No,
Great content. Yeah, okay. So we didn't start off.
I am happy that we didn't procrastinate in the new year.
No. Let's just hit it with the best we've got, right?
So I've been thinking, I've been checking out the Twitch API, and apparently there's a category for mature audiences. So
We don't
I haven't
belong there.
found an immature audience.
Yes.
So
I think
how
that's
do you
the
find
default,
that?
Yeah.
Jimmy.
Oh. Yeah.
Just presume.
Start the new year as you mean to continue with diapers.
Yep.
Yeah. Now we discussed there's diapers for a lot of sports. Diving amongst
Yeah.
them.
Yeah, there are all sorts of ways to.
Well,
Do a
it
long
was
dive.
undies. Wasn't it like undies?
Yeah. Well. You're talking about
long
the.
wear,
You're
long
talking.
wear undies.
You're talking about the 2-week underwear that
Yes.
sometimes
Oh,
that you can buy it. So
I don't want it.
that you can buy it like at boating conventions and expos, and they're made for people who are sailing for a long time. And and all of this started because Jessica and I spent a lot of time together in a car, and
Yeah.
you find different ways when you're on a
We
road
were
trip.
tired. We had fun.
Yeah,
Probably
yeah.
way too much sugar.
We have road tripped enough. I road tripped with Carl enough that I simply know when it's time to pull over.
Yeah.
To the point where his brother was uncomfortable with the fact that we were driving from Boston to New London, and I'm like, we got to stop for gas.
Oh my God.
One Sprint underwear.
No.
Hey, Jeff. You're
Hello,
looking
friends.
good today.
Thank you.
And
Thank
so
you.
dignified.
I wanted to dress properly for this group
Yeah.
so that you'd recognize
Nobody
me.
calls me chicken.
That's right. Sorry about the delay. Has anything happened? Have I missed anything?
No, we were
Diapers
pretty
and
much sure
tweezers.
what you were doing during the delay, so that's what we were talking about.
We were head diving down to very immature content. So that's basically,
Right on topic for us.
yeah. So 2-week undies and
Yeah.
adult diapers. So streamers didn't have to take pauses, regular stuff like that.
We are 6 minutes in and we have covered 3 topics.
Yeah.
Oh, and we have a new business idea. One Sprint underwear. And the 2-week underwear, we could trust they need to be made by Febreze so they don't smell, right?
And
I
I
then
think
you
so
they do
could
have a
that's
turn them
charcoal
inside
filter
out.
in them, but yeah, no, I think they have a charcoal filter. But
Oh yeah. Well, at least there's that.
I've been
find a link.
You
ordering.
know a lot about these, Sarah.
well, okay. Can you blame me if you're walking around, you're looking at anchors and you're looking at other things, and then you come to the booth that has 2-week underwear,
Yeah.
and you're like, yeah, no, I need to understand more about this and
Yeah.
why.
I need to know everything. And also why.
Why? How?
It's okay to order catheters. I mean, what's wrong with that? Like,
What I was saying earlier.
We are not judging. We are by no means judging.
that's right.
DeeDee are at least learning something.
That's right.
We have the technology
Oh my
now.
gosh, git ignore underwear.
Wow.
Yeah.
The amount of clips, the gold mines from these. Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yes.
Which we can put on Clip Talk.
We don't have to. It's already going there.
That is true. That is true.
It
So
does
Jeff,
happen.
what have you been up to on your stream until now?
Until now, so we've been working on the Clip Talk, the application you just mentioned. So that web application that downloads and syncs and makes Twitch clips more available for folks to discover. And I've been building it with Blazor, with Azure. I've been doing a bunch of RavenDB tuning. It finished converting to that database a couple months ago. Doing some great stuff with progress components there. We've got a couple of nice charts and dashboards that are built using those. I wanted to make some of it with Power Builder so I could upgrade it using mobilize.net tools, but that just it wasn't going to work. That's not a thing. Sorry, DeeDee, you're like, there's nothing there. But today wow. Today we've been building pages to actually salute and show folks who create the clips, other clips that they create, right? So what are the other pages or the other clips that I created, not just the clips of my page that you can go through and see. Really cool stuff that is going to help, I hope, create a little bit of that sticky effect, right? When you're going through on like YouTube and you see, oh, well, what are some of the other videos that Fritz created, and you want to click through and see some of those, that same type of experience.
Do you
It's
go
also
so far
good
as
for
to call it-
yourself to know what you did, what you clipped, because you clipped it for a reason, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But are you getting to a recommendation engine level? Like you're starting to match content types, go across creators?
So that's a big piece that I'm missing. And now I feel like I've got a good base of data that I can go and say, okay, you've been watching these clips. I'm now going to show you clips that match category from other similar streamers, from that have similar content, because I've done the transcription of what's been said in those clips, and now we can go and start finding other things that are similar.
Yeah,
So
the art of matching the proper noun, right? Like they're
mm,
both working in Blazor, or both related to a particular dev stack. Like that's
Yeah.
an
yeah.
interesting challenge, especially in transcripts, because my experience has been that when you get transcripts done, the one thing that's wrong is all the proper noun.
So the service that we're using, it's done a pretty good job of identifying some of those proper nouns, particularly text stacks. It's gotten those pretty accurately converted. So I'm happy with that.
Yeah. No,
That's
and
nice.
it's the focus, because this is, the classic data analytics problem, right? It's only as good as the data going into it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So I've been having some fun though with the database. I've been pushing so much. So I'm writing to the indexes, to the repositories so frequently that I'm starting to push the limits of the disk. And I'm hitting I/O limits, and they're saying, wait, we need to figure out a better way to write these now. So we got to talk that through and figure out a better way to persist data to disk. So that's been my fun.
Cool.
That's cool. Yeah.
Well, and yeah,
Not-
not burying the drive, like that's not we were supposed to be over that.
Right? Like I'm paying for premium drives, and what do you mean I'm hitting it too much? Like,
Oh, you meant the real premium, not the premium premium.
Just spin them faster.
right. I need the diesel drives is what I need. Like, oh, okay, sure. There's a point where me as a developer, me as a application engineer, I don't care about I/O. That's your problem, cloud service.
That sounds like a you problem.
Okay, sure, I have to optimize to use the service properly, but that's not what I'm
We
paying
need
for.
warp drives.
Yeah,
Yes,
that'll work.
Definitely.
that's what we need.
Yeah, I think so too.
Speaking of
So
needing
Sarah, oh sorry.
warp drives for and the thing that's going to be most important in 2022, based on my spam email, I think we can all agree, NFTs, right?
Yeah.
That is all I get.
Yep.
Is invest in my NFT. So I think maybe we could do an NFT of, like, look at Richard Campbell right now. Tell me that's not an NFT in waiting.
Well, it's something.
There you
all
go.
Oh, this way.
right. Yeah. I part of me wants to systematically start generating NFTs of everything and giving them away, so that we can set the value.
Oh, just to flood the
appropriately.
market.
Let's flood the
Yeah.
market with billions of $0 NFTs,
Billions.
because that's what they're all going to be anyway.
In about
Yeah.
The 400 by 400 pixel bitmap that was created in MS Paint that they've changed the background color on, or they've put a different layer on top of to put a beard on their character, or a different nose, or sunglasses. Come on. Really? Are people really paying $60,000 for this 1600 pixel bitmap that they don't even have copyright access to?
Yeah. and in the end, it's just a URL, and a poorly managed one at that.
Yeah.
Well, I just think it's funny that my I used to always get the sextortion one, that they have a video of me doing something.
Oh, right. Right.
Now I'm getting the NFT one, so I like the sextortion one better, but if I have to use NFT,
You know how large my penis would have been if I had answered all those emails. I don't have one, but it would be super large. I mean,
Is
it's a
that
couple
not
of
the
inches
clip
there.
that we need for this
Go on.
whole thing right there. What?
Oh, I think I broke Sarah here now.
Yeah.
Fritz drank
I
his
mean, if
Oh.
I'd like to show you some rain gutters, Jessica. Okay.
Campbell is speechless. I don't even know what to say.
I'm sorry, I broke
where do
this
you
stream.
go from there? Right?
I broke it.
I'm
I
all about
broke it.
yes and. I just don't have an and.
She said go into your spam and look at this. Yep.
Okay, moving on.
Okay, so Sarah, what was your favorite thing that happened during 2021?
Oh, my favorite thing that happened during
See,
2021.
I broke it.
You did. No, so I think actually probably my favorite thing that happened during 2021 is that I got to actually see some people in person, and give real hugs. I think that was, being able to do that was just amazing to me. Obviously, there are a lot of other great things that happened out of the year, but that I knew that I missed that human connection, but I didn't realize it until I saw, saw the faces that I hadn't seen in a long time. There's still people who I owe hugs to, mostly the two of you, because I've gotten to see the others in person. But that to me was by far the best thing that happened in 2021.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, we were able to celebrate Christmas this year. A small one, but still, we had people over. First time in 2 years. So my mom came and your family came, and that was awesome.
It's really snowing there. You're gonna need to dig out the car. My goodness, look at all that snow. Ooh, I'm
Well,
sorry.
it's sort of true, but not as much as in the picture.
is it actually
Maybe.
snowing there right now?
Yeah, it's right there.
It was a second ago.
Gotcha.
It was a second ago.
Well, I mean, I understand we had a cold front here that came through. I think we got down to 73 Fahrenheit. So,
Well, there's some obscene gestures coming your way.
I have my jacket on. So
I'll keep them below the frame.
Well, we had a cold front as well, but it wasn't as hot as your cold front. What's that in American? Let's see.
In American.
We had minus
Well-
20. It doesn't even say.
Because it's just too cold. We don't recognize that.
Yeah,
It's,
that's probably true.
Minus
Really?
20 Celsius is minus 4 in the
17.
measure of
Well,
the
no, that's-
oppressors. Yeah.
hey.
The oppressors? Is that it? The oppressors? Okay.
What it is 36 Fahrenheit here.
Which is about
Like 2 or 3 degrees.
All of a sudden, everybody forgot how to do
2.2.
math.
math is hard.
I was going to say it's 2 point something. Yeah, it's 2.2.
It's a temperature thing. Yeah, Vancouver's in the snowed overnight, raining by noon,
Yeah.
slushy by dinner phase. So yeah, it's going to be a big old Slurpee in the city today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have that, but a little bit colder, and then
Then it
it's
freezes.
still the
yeah.
same
And
Slurpee.
that's when
Yeah,
you get those
exactly.
great videos of the cars going sideways down the road.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah. We have an
headed
intersection
there.
just outside of our house, so we can hear all the tires spinning like
Yeah.
crazy, because why start slow when it's slippery out? That would be stupid.
There's a quarry about half a mile this way, right? So about a kilometer or so out this way. And so there are large dump trucks that are coming and going, and they got a lot of weight on them, and they are sliding down the hill every time we start to get some weather. We're about 2 weeks away from just disasters happening over there for the rest of the winter. It's going to be so much fun.
We're like in the middle of the disaster, so we're good.
You say that looking so happy.
Well, she doesn't have to go outside. It's so much better. You can just stay indoors.
Well, that's true. That's true.
Note to self, DeeDee refers to Portland as a disaster. Okay.
I don't think That's exactly what she said.
Oh, you're right. Portland and Vancouver, because she's right between the disaster.
Right. Bellevue.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
I remember Bellevue.
Do you?
Well, barely, but I think so. I have
we
pictures.
been there?
I
I
have
know
pictures.
someday you'll come back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
then someday we'll get back to Stockholm. Gosh.
I know,
Yeah.
That
right?
has been a while.
But
Yeah.
I spent Christmas. Well, it turns out if I stay home for a whole year, my children move out. Which if only I'd known.
can you teach me how to do that?
Yeah, no, we'll work on it.
Okay.
It's an interesting fact, but the byproduct of that now is that I get invited to dinner a lot, mostly to do home repairs. It's like, hey, I'm making meatloaf. You want to come over? Sure. Bring your toolkit. All right.
Right.
Turns out I will clear drains for meatloaf.
Good to know.
Well,
You're not
That's
that
good.
far from me.
Yeah.
Sounds like DeeDee's got some
do you have
meatloaf.
meatloaf?
Not that hard.
all those things, mostly electrical stuff, right? But and I appreciate that the significant other actually, you've done good automation when she'll use it. She likes the turn on the Christmas lights and all the Christmas lights turn on. Like, let's hear it for Home Assistant. Home Assistant has got me.
We'll clear drains for meatloaf and NFTs.
And 2-week underwear.
Oh,
Always
yes,
throw that in there.
of course. Goes without saying. Everybody wants those.
Oh, brisket meatloaf. That's got to be good.
Ooh, that sounds awesome.
Yeah. That
Yeah,
does
but
sound
why?
good.
Yeah, why grind up brisket? It just seems mean. That's not the right thing to do.
If I got a pair of 2-week underwear, I wouldn't have to change the next time I fly out to Stockholm. Okay, sounds like a good idea.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Okay. Well, we do have 2 showers, so there's that.
So can I raise the conversation a bit? Actually, I'm
Please do.
I'm being sarcastic.
DeeDee,
I'm being sarcastic. I'm really not. Okay, so
so disappointed
what-
in you.
the most significant announcement in 2021 that OnlyFans banned explicit content.
Yeah.
That's right.
How in the...
Yeah.
How... What...
Yeah.
We
Wait.
have a business
So what do you
idea,
do then?
but let's ban it.
Yeah.
I thought
So-
that was one of the better announcements in 2020.
Yeah.
So okay, and here's what really blew me away about that. Okay, some of the folks on Twitch also stream on and post content on OnlyFans, and the most viewed lady streamer on Twitch shared some of her financials from OnlyFans. She shared it just this week. You can find it over there on Twitter. In the month of, I think it was May or June 2021 alone, 1 month, she made $1.1 million on OnlyFans. And she's doing some NSFW content. It's not exactly safe.
I'm
for
gonna-
work.
I'm going to
You'd think.
agree with that. Yeah.
But I mean, here's one person. They've got thousands, tens of thousands of people on their platform that after OnlyFans cut is 1.1 million that she made. You sure you want to change that business model?
Like I
What do
said,
we think that?
that was one of the better. That was entertaining.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
I also like.
The chat. I can't even lift them in, but it's awesome. So everybody, go read in the chat room.
Yeah.
We are starting off this year
Okay, that is
at a whole
John
different
Brown.
level.
That's
There you go.
John
But I'm-
Brown who works for me.
Sure.
Yeah. He's awesome. John.
But I'm thinking, like, the only thing we need to do is to do not safe for work stuff, right? So
Sure.
JavaScript, PHP, we're gonna make millions.
I think you need to do them in your undies.
Yeah, because People are going to pay for that.
Welcome to the Coding After Dark channel.
And it's only getting darker by the moment.
So aren't you glad I elevated the conversation?
Yes, thank you. Well, I kind of. Well,
You
I'm not
started it.
innocent in this. Yeah, exactly.
Well, I did promise this would derail, so
Yes, you did
Yep.
promise that. You did.
There was a
You
rail?
did.
Yeah, kind of came pre-derailed.
Right before you connected. No,
Hold on.
there wasn't. Just kidding. There was no rail.
But Jimmy, I think you promised something a little more pure, like his dulce de leche milkshakes and
oh right. Yeah.
that kind of derailment. We just
Where
went.
is that?
Oh, where are milkshakes? They don't ship well.
No, they don't. They don't. And he gets kind of sugar high from it. I can see if he have had anything with dulce de leche in it, because you see the sparkles in his eyes, and they become like manga anime big and sparkly, and he just bouncing around.
But
it's not even a joke.
I'm so fascinated by dulce de leche because it's more sweet than sugar.
Yeah,
It's just fantastic.
yeah.
Sweet than sugar.
I like it.
Diabetes.
It is. It
In a
should
jar.
be served with insulin.
I
That's
have
how
a-
it should be served.
I have a daughter that is never going to meet you.
Okay,
There is
make
got
a plan
sweet
of
tooth there.
this.
In more of the code arena, who's the governor who wants to arrest his citizen for viewing the code of a website?
Yeah, was it
Oh, yeah.
was
What?
it Kansas?
Yeah. I thought it was Missouri, but it might be Kansas.
Missouri. It was in the Midwest. Great story there, DeeDee.
Well, because normally programming isn't like a high risk. He's a reporter actually, right?
No, it was a reporter who he wanted to imprison for hacking.
Yeah, but yeah, he's a hacker because he viewed the code of a website.
Oh, right, that kind of hacker. Yeah.
Don't press F12.
Whatever you do.
You
Right?
might go to jail. Only
All
in
browsers
America.
are eneblers.
Yeah.
That's right. If you're in the
Browser is a
EU,
gateway to
A gateway.
Your gateway
Okay,
key.
yeah. That's insane.
right.
So
That's
in Sweden we have a school platform where all the parents can check out the schedules and stuff like that. I've actually never seen it. And there were a couple of parents that thought that this application, this website really sucks. So we're going to build a new one, mobile application and all of that.
Oh, and there's laws in place that everything should be open to anyone who asks for it because it's government made and stuff like that.
Sure.
So they made an awesome application. Everyone loves it, but the government says no. This is not what we're going to do. This is not okay.
You have been hacking
Yeah.
us by using.
So they were actually going to court about this and all of that. And the fun thing is that they
No, they
Sure.
weren't going to. They didn't go to court. They filed a police report.
Right.
And in the police report, they said they had evidence, but the evidence was that they had the app, which is no evidence.
I think we
And
can
they
all
really-
agree governments to be in charge of technology.
Exactly.
But the fun part is
Yeah. So what the government did was that they hired, I think it was like $10,000 or something like that. They hired a company that encrypted the data. So the data encryption was that they had a string.
oh no.
The number of characters in that string, no, wait for it, Jeff. You're going to love this one. The
Okay.
number of characters in that string was how many times they would base 64 encode the data. This was the encryption.
and that was what they paid for it. And that's the security they have, so nobody could scrape the information. Which, by the way, was no personal data, but the data they have in the original application. Yeah, that's a whole. Well, that's a show.
And at least they don't have cookies.
Cookies are bad.
So what I've started doing is, fine, I'm just going to write to application store in your web browser, and I'm going to fill it with 5 meg of goodness. And it's not a cookie.
There you go. Yeah, that's the way.
So go ahead. Privacy policy me. Go ahead. Enjoy. So,
Time for another question?
Yeah.
Okay, Richard,
Yeah.
what did you miss most during 2021?
What did I miss most?
If you don't say me, I'm going to be offended.
No meatloaf for Richard. If he
yeah,
doesn't say DeeDee.
I mean, let's be real. Like we lead these weird lives where we're traveling around the world. I'm honestly, it's in New Zealand. My family down there. I have a new cousin I haven't met that I was supposed to be there for the birth in 2020, and so he's a year old now, and I still haven't seen him. Although I think I'll get down. I'm going to go down there in the fall, 2022. Regardless of the lockdown state. I mean, I am a citizen. I'm allowed to go to New Zealand. I may be quarantined for 2 weeks in a hotel not of my choosing to do it. But I am committed to going down. Troy Hunt and Charlotte are getting married, and I'm going to officiate the wedding. So
right.
I have the right to go down. If I have to go through the quarantine, I'm allowed to travel to Australia the same way. So I'm just sort of committing to a month or 6 weeks being down there. But 2021, yeah. I mean, I haven't been back. I've been in New Zealand almost every year for 20 years. 2020 was the first one, and 2021 the second. And that's killing me.
Yeah.
I haven't been to Whistler in 2 years.
And it's just a drive up, right?
I know.
You go right past my place.
Right? I know. It's crazy, man.
Yeah, we got good snow this year. The snowpack's over 3 meters already.
I know. We do too, but you have to be able to drive there, unfortunately.
Yeah.
We need drones that drop us on mountains.
Ooh, that's a business plan.
Helicopters.
Is that what those are?
Yeah, big drones.
Huh.
Big drones. They're just like drones, except they're big and they have drivers.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, helicopter skiing is a thing up here.
is it?
It's yeah.
It sounds dangerous.
Oh, it's insanely dangerous. Like
Super fun.
It's a great Darwinian sorting thing, right? Like,
Oh, okay.
it starts out as a skiing trip, it turns into an avalanche, and eventually it's a ski equipment sale, right? That's
Yard sale.
I was gonna say, it sounds like something that I would see on one of those advertising trucks driving around Las Vegas. Helicopter skiing trips.
Yeah.
I'm kind of seeing a helicopter skiing down, like,
Oh, yeah,
That
they
must
do
be
have.
super fun.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
One.
Sure. No, I'm staying home. I'm not going there.
Yeah. Well, the reality is British Columbia has lots and lots of mountains, and not enough time to put lifts on all of them. So we just pick you up and drop you at the top of the big ones and say, well, we'll find the parts at the bottom in the spring. Have a good time.
I think Stacy's right. It's just like From the World Is Not Enough from that movie.
Right?
All right.
Didn't he also
There
do
you
that
go.
in like Diamonds Are Forever? Or there was another one where he was skiing through the Alps and it went skiing right through like a Swiss chalet.
Right. But that's the old what's his name? Roger Moore's version.
Yeah, I think
Or
it
the
had to be
other
more.
guy.
I don't think it was Dalton.
I think it was the other guy that was Remington Steele.
Pierce Brosnan.
Yeah, how I came up with Remington Steele, but not That's the brain.
Yep.
All right.
There you go.
No, I haven't done any personal flights for pleasure, for personal, vacation type things. It's been 2 years. We're trying to book a nice family trip here in April. We'll see how that comes together with Omicron coming through, but this looks like it might blow over sooner than later.
Yeah,
Hopefully.
I followed the South
Hopefully.
Africa data pretty closely. This is a fast variant, for better or worse.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
The problem is they want to go to Florida to visit with family and of course see all the resorts there in Florida. And Florida doesn't exactly know how to, what's the word I'm looking for? Vaccinate, isolate.
Sarah looks very pressed here.
Sorry, Sarah.
We're
a
all
long
good
time.
down here.
It's been a long time in Virginia.
I think
Sorry.
the only thing I would say, Jeff, is I wouldn't believe everything you see on the media about what's happening in Florida. That
No,
would be the
'cause
only
there's
thing
a
I'm going
whole
to
lot
say.
more.
Yeah, it's worse.
It's worse.
The world would be a more bleak place were it not for Florida man. Come on.
Well, or Florida woman. My very favorite Florida woman story is about the woman who was stopped for, and she had 3 baby alligators in her yoga pants. Because
What?
Hang
Because
on. Wait,
where else do you
hang
put your 3 baby alligators?
Hang on. Sarah, before you finish telling us about baby alligators, Jimmy and Jessica, do you understand the concept of Florida man, Florida woman?
Is that the thing?
it
It's
is.
a
We
thing.
have TV here in
Yes.
the rest of the world.
I get
and
it.
They're
where
everywhere.
But
we get like mockery TV shows about US.
Okay.
So we're fine. We're fine.
Okay.
Why did she have baby alligators in her pants?
Well, so I'll tell
Yeah,
you why
one
she had baby alligators in her pants in just a second. But the reason, just so you know, the reason why you hear so many, I mean, don't get me wrong, crazy things happen here, but by law, all activities are reported in the media, which is why infractions are reported in the media, which is why you hear all of the most bizarre stories known to man. And that's how Florida man came to be. But this Florida woman was stealing the baby alligators, and in order to keep their jaws shut, she shoved them in her yoga pants.
So this alligators in your pants is a safety move.
Yes.
You know, they invented rubber bands, right?
Well, we're in a pandemic, Richard. It's really hard to come by rubber bands.
Sometimes
If you
you have
hadn't
to
heard.
be Richard.
Yeah.
Notice it wasn't a guy that did this. Okay, I'm just going to point that out.
If it's a guy in yoga pants, that's a whole other story.
Totally different story.
My favorite Florida man story though was what the Florida man. So we get a lot of iguanas down here, and when it gets cold, they actually go into like a state of like, yeah. So we had a cold snap, like a real cold snap. This was up in the Panhandle, and all of these iguanas had fallen out of the trees, and a lot of people actually eat them. So he thought it would be a good idea to collect the iguanas, put them in his car, and drive them home. However, he had the heater on in the car, and so,
Oh, no.
I see where this is going.
Yeah.
so he ended up getting it driving off the side of the road. He ended up being okay, but because all of the iguanas sprang back to life and freaked out because they were in a random car and started running around the car.
Oh.
You know when you're hanging out in a tree and you get a little sleepy and then you
Right.
wake up in the back
You wake
of
up
an
in a
AMC
stranger's
pacer
car.
doing 70 down the I-10. Yeah.
If I had $1 for every time that happened to me, Richard, I mean,
I do love that you, like you said, in a random car. You didn't say in a car, so
Or in another place.
no,
It was,
exactly. It's just like
what am I doing here? I'm in a random car.
You know how many times that happens?
Not Wednesday. How did this happen?
exactly.
Oh gosh. Oh
So
gosh.
yes, not for. So there are good things happening down here, Jeff. It's okay. Come on down.
You can
Sometimes
actually
it
put
rains
alligator
iguanas.
babies in your pants. Yeah.
Exactly. Alligators in your pants, iguanas in your car. What more could you ask for? Sounds like a good family vacation to me.
It does. It
And my
does.
kids just want to see a giant mouse.
Right?
Or
Yeah.
Yeah, Winnie the Pooh came out of copyright this year.
Yes. How
Oh.
about that?
Oh.
But
Yeah.
it's the original character, not the Disney
Yeah, not the
incarnation.
Disney version of it. So it'll be interesting to see what the mouse does about that.
Yeah.
Come and forth. But the A.A. Milne version of Winnie the Pooh, which is, an English writer writing about a Canadian bear that got smuggled into World War One, because sometimes that's what Canadians do.
Right?
Named Winnie for Winnipeg.
Oh,
Ah.
That's where
I
it
did not
comes
know
from.
that.
Here I thought it was because of the RV.
Might
Named
have
Winnie
been.
for Winnebago.
Yeah. Right. He had to live
Throw in
somewhere.
an iguana in that car and I'm there.
Exactly.
So now my immature head is asking me, and Pooh? Why
I
is it named Pooh?
That's why he's in an RV. You gotta put
No,
it somewhere.
he just needs the 2-week undies.
No.
That's what he needs.
Comes right
Should,
back.
should we go into the quizzes
Yeah,
instead?
maybe.
We have some quizzes.
Wait,
Because this is just going downhill, isn't it? Well, that's what you get when you put us in the same room.
There is no
Well,
downhill. You started in
virtual
diapers.
room.
Where were you going to go?
I don't know. I don't know.
Should I share the?
Yeah.
there's a thing.
Okay.
Ooh, I like the
Yeah.
layout.
Now it's the thing. So we have. I think you need to click on it as well.
Sorry.
Thank you.
There we
I don't
go.
see anything.
No. Now you should do. On the screen, there should be a slide. No. Nothing.
In
Person?
hex
Yeah, yeah.
format.
Yeah, exactly. So this is just to get the feel of what we're doing. We will show you an image or a couple of them, and you will guess. In this case, this is a person, so you will guess who this
Well,
is.
FF0000 is red, so
I think we
Scott
actually have a
Guthrie.
winner already in there in the chat. Look at that.
Oh,
Oh, you are fast.
Scott,
So what about this
Two
one?
Scotts. There's the other Scott there. CSH.
Scott Hunter.
I know,
Scott
right? You see
Hunter.
where this is
Uh-huh.
getting?
Yep.
Okay.
like
And
it.
we actually have
Don't tell me
we
you have
could ask
Hansel and
the,
Gretel on the next
yeah,
page.
what's the graphic for a Hansel man exactly? Is it crumbs in the forest? They could be crumbs in the forest, please.
no, we're actually done with the Scots for now.
Okay.
But we do have you people.
You people.
So yeah, you people.
So who now?
In this-
I'm guessing the chat will answer this one.
Yeah,
I know.
Who
this
do you
is.
think this one is?
The
I
donut
know, I
gave
know.
this away.
it did.
I know.
I might know this one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's definitely DeeDee. Good work. But we
Already
have
talked
more
about this
persons
one.
here.
What?
This one is kind of easy, right?
I might
I don't know
When
what
we-
you're talking about.
We debated, and it's even more fun what you're wearing today. And we did
What?
debate whether we should do this or this. Yeah,
No
chat
idea.
is chat
They're all over
is
it.
pretty fast.
Remember how the squirrel came about? Was in fact was that Michael
Michael Jolly.
Jolly? And then it was funny because I don't know if you guys know how great one click is in Amazon, but like within like 30 seconds of Michael Jolly saying it, it was on its way to Fritz.
So many things have happened that way.
Yeah.
There is a child-size butterfly costume sitting over there in that closet.
I need to order with these on. FYI.
There is a flamingo costume that I've been waiting to open.
What?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we need
It's
to
an
see that
inflatable
one.
one, even.
It's inflatable.
Ooh.
Oh yes.
So he can do that in his tub show.
In my what?
Tub show,
tub
the
show.
pool party.
The hot tub.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I'm sensing an idea for Dev Intersection.
Great.
Oh. Thank you, Frederick, for bringing us back to OnlyFans.
There you go.
All right.
I'm going to start
the
my
next
own
one.
Next
service
one?
called Only Fritz.
Right?
Only Fritz. Yeah. This is not Fritz, however.
I think I know
This
who that
is-
is.
Yeah?
Mhm.
That book should say .net on it.
Yeah.
Well, it should. Or
It
web.
should-
It should
and
only
the-
be about part of
half a book.
Half a book.
Ouch.
You are correct, Codewitch John. Half a book. Yep. Might be a thin one.
Oh yeah,
Uh-huh.
I know who that is.
Maybe next time we
I
can
think
have
I do know
alligators
that
in
person
yoga
too.
pants.
Yeah.
I know.
We should update this with alligators and yoga pants. Yeah.
Right? Exactly.
The whole
That's-
point of those stories is to say this is a cautionary tale to others, right? Don't replicate what you see.
Oh no, I'm getting that domain name right now. alligatorsandYogaPants.com.
But then you get into the whole conversation of how does the alligator wear the yoga pants? There's the tail problem. There's the forelegs problem.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
it's not a trivial thing to get yoga pants on an alligator.
No.
Or
the outcome,
alligators
Sarah?
in yoga pants, like putting them in your pants. That's not easy either. Snapper pants.
Oh.
Speaking of getting the domain, when we recorded a podcast with Jeff, it kind of got derailed for like half an hour while he was, wait a minute, I need to get this domain. I need to set up this TikTok, this Twitter account.
Yeah,
did.
we may have paused it. Jeff and Jimmy shared the same
To
obsession.
just register them all, right? Like you
No,
type the name in once.
shut your mouth.
It's all good content, right? We're teaching people the code. How quickly can you acquire a domain name, a TikTok account, a Twitch account, and an OnlyFans?
All right. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Do you want another puzzle?
That's Sarah. We know.
Yeah,
It
that
is.
is Sarah. That is Sarah. Okay, so this is an event, which I know some of you know. You know? Oh, you already got it,
Oh, yeah.
I
Sarah?
already mentioned it.
Yeah, kind of broad.
Yeah, we did. We did.
You're fast.
Very.
I'm super impressed. I have to have this explained to me.
Yeah, I put that together, and Jimmy was like, "Huh?"
Good.
But then again, you put some of them together, and I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
"What?"
Well, in all
So-
fairness, when you say an event at the top, it helps a lot. Like it narrows the world quite a bit.
Yeah, it does. It is not Dev Traffic Circle, and it's called a roundabout
Oh,
in the rest of the world.
I'm sorry.
It's definitely
It is-
Jersey.
Round.
It is Dev Intersection, though. It is. Dev Rotunda.
Don't
There
mind
you
those.
go. Well, you need to register that domain.
Yeah.
Done.
This one might be a little bit trickier. I don't know. Jimmy had a hard time with this one.
This is .NET Conf.
Nice.
Oh,
Nice.
Wow.
It
I'm
is.
impressed.
Impressive. Here I'm looking at volleyball.
Me too. I was like, volleyball? Do we have a volleyball conference?
Ballnet.
Yeah, look.
What kind of?
Nicely done.
Mhm.
I might have been a little tired when I put some of these together, so I'm sorry.
Yeah. When I drink whiskey, I get tired too.
Oh, and you put some of them
Oh.
together like 2 a.m.
Yeah.
So we take no responsibility.
All right, the next one.
Okay.
So this one might be a little bit tricky.
Uh-huh. But I know most of you have heard about it.
Yeah. Some has even spoken on the event.
And some have sponsored.
I know this one.
Oh, you do?
I do. I could be upfront about it, but that would give it
Yeah.
away.
Well, I don't want to tell you the end.
Stacey.net Frontend Day.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's coming up.
It is.
It
Looks
is.
like you're doing a bit more
February the
Maui
10th.
content this time.
Yeah. Hey, Daniel knows. No wonder he's one of the co-organizers. We hoped you'd take it. Yeah, we have some great content this year as well.
Yeah.
That
And
will be,
a lot of speakers. James Montemagno, Maddie Ledger, Montaquilla. Is that how you pronounce it?
Something like
Galen
that. Yeah.
Roth, Layla
Yeah.
Porter, Stacy is talking. Cashmore. Gerald, I'm not going to even try to pronounce his last name.
Verse Lewis.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Is
thank
that how you
you.
pronounce it?
I
Thank
think
you.
so.
Okay, fair enough. Ed Charbonneau and Sam.
That's not how you
Basu.
pronounce his name.
Any gators in yoga pants? We are working on that because we just found out they
Yeah.
exist. So we will try to do. Maybe we should do like stickers.
You might have some snappy jokes.
Yeah, oh, nice,
Thank you.
Ooh, good one.
nice.
Good one.
Ooh.
Okay, we have another event, which I know the guest definitely knows about.
It's array dancing.
It is. That's the thing.
That's not an array, that's an object.
Yes. No, that's dancing.
I don't know. When I see dots stacked like that, I immediately think CSS, and then I hit myself till I stop thinking that.
Oh, we will have raccoons in yoga pants.
Oh,
nice.
We
Wow.
need to do this.
It's all
We need
tail
to do this.
problems.
Yes.
Jimmy, did I tell you that in the in one of the locks that we have here in there they have signs when you're in the lock that say please don't feed the raccoons, and I think of you every time. And they have it for some reason they have it in English and German as well, and I'm like,
What?
I'm not sure. There are a lot of there are a
Well,
lot
you know
of people,
that's an issue with Germans. They feed squirrels.
right?
As
I
one
just thought it was
does.
a strange, random language to have
Well-
in Southwest Florida, English and German.
Jimmy
but,
would probably have raccoons in his yoga pants if he were to come close to one.
I know nothing about German, so I'm not going to read that one. And I'm basic. I don't know English.
Oh, right.
So-
Correct. Right. Okay.
Right,
So
yeah.
you can feed them and bring them home.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
That's
I'll take
what
a
I'm looking
picture
at.
for you
Okay.
next time I see it. But Sammy and I talk about you actually. If she's on the boat with us, she's like, oh, Mr. Jimmy would like that.
Does it say
That is
Achtung
true.
when it says don't feed the squirrels?
What's that?
Does it say Achtung when it says don't?
Oh, you know what? I'll have to check.
Oh, jeez.
Okay. We're trying to solve this one. So the first one
I know what it is.
works as a developer.
know
Oh,
what
you
that
do?
is. Yep.
Give it away. Give it away.
DevReach. Yeah.
DevReach DVD dancer. Yes, it's a DVD dancer. Again, we need to rename some stuff here. It's not DevReach anymore. It's DVD dancer.
Done.
All right, next one.
Okay,
Let's
this is a
see.
movie. Oh, and a movie which were from last year.
James Bond one?
No
Martini
Time to
Man.
Die.
Okay.
No, wait. No, it
What about
wasn't.
this one?
What was the one before? Wait, what?
This one, James Bond, No Time to Die.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
So
See, this is what I was talking about. So this
It's
is this one
Martini
Jimmy
Man.
did. Yeah, exactly. This one
shaken,
Jimmy
not
did.
stirred, and he's from the UK.
Yeah, this is just clues now. So
All
some
right,
of them
all
are puzzles, some of them are clues. Yeah. So this one of my favorites.
No Time to Die.
Death to 2021. No.
We should make that movie.
I don't know.
Clueless puzzle. No, so what is this bottle?
two skulls. Two.
There was a
Yeah,
movie.
and why is it a skull on it?
Poison.
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 And
You're getting
another
closer.
name for poison.
From, for an example, a snake.
Venom.
Yes,
Venom.
and
Oh,
there's
there we go.
two
Wow.
of them.
That's a
Yeah. I know,
Oh,
right?
you think this one is a stretch?
Okay.
Let's see that DC
Okay.
There's
one you're going
more.
to reference next. Here comes the DC one.
Okay. No, it's just worse. Mm-hmm.
This one I did
Ghostbusters?
make.
Yeah, you did. And it
Ghost-
took me a while.
That looks like a
Ghostbusters?
Pac-Man ghost.
My gosh, Sarah, you're on fire. It is Ghostbusters.
Why
Ghost
Busters?
Era.
Because it's a bust. Because it's 23.
It's 24, actually.
Oh.
You presume
Well,
that
yeah.
ghosts are aces. All right.
There you go. Still a bust? Yeah, that took me a while.
That was
Actually,
super
you had to explain it to me.
Have you seen the new movie?
No.
Yes.
Mm-mm.
It's honestly fantastic.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm not one who is very nostalgic about the original, but this one was they did it fair.
Oh my
They
gosh.
did. They
If-
did it justice.
If you watched the first one 20 some years ago, right? Oh my gosh.
We did.
30 years ago when it first came out. Pac-Man, it's not Pac-Man Jesus, no. And watched it and rewatched it how many times over the years? My gosh, you're going to be in tears in the last 10, 15
Yeah.
minutes of that movie.
Yeah.
Are we talking about Ghostbusters still?
Yes.
Yeah. Not the Pac-Man Jesus. Still Ghostbusters. Yeah,
That's-
it's
that's
we
a
just
band
rewatched
name.
the old ones, and it's it was amazing.
Yeah.
I'm going to go
Okay,
get that
so-
domain name, Pac-Man Jesus.
Okay, so this is another movie. This is
Desert
an easy
Christmas.
one. Huh?
Desert Christmas. I don't know.
It's easier than that.
Desert, you're onto something.
Yeah. So what is that in the desert?
I don't know. It looks like goatsy to me.
No, I know what this is. That's Dune.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Yes.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. And look at that. Nice one. Yeah, that one we did rewatch. Well, we didn't rewatch it because I feel like the last one was 2 weeks long,
Oh.
and I don't have patience for that. Yeah, but this one I did like. I liked it a lot.
It was good. Yeah.
Where's the worm? We should have had the worm.
worm.
You are correct.
Now, so you put
It's
a bottle
currently
of tequila
stuck
there.
me in
That
yoga
won't
pants.
confuse everyone.
You stuffed it in your yoga pants.
Wrong.
Okay, let's move on to the next movie.
This one I do like.
Shark.
Gosh.
Shark Weasel Motorcycle.
Mhm.
I saw that movie, Shark Weasel Motorcycle.
You saw that? Yeah. Did you like the second one? Oh my gosh! Now we're into more OnlyFans content.
I think that's eat.
Oh,
I think
gosh.
that's eat, pray, love. No.
Oh.
That would be so nice if it was. But this movie also came out last year. Jaws Otterbike.
Oh yeah,
That's
I
a
saw
Swedish movie.
Oh.
Okay, the one in the middle is supposed to be Weasel, if that helps.
Yeah.
So
It's
this
a
is not
weasel.
Sharknado 72. Apparently.
No.
It is not.
No.
And the last one is not a bike, it's the brand of a bike.
Yeah. A motorcycle brand.
It's a Weasel Harley?
It's a Harley. You're onto something.
Go on. Go on.
Really?
Oh,
Suicide
there
Squad?
you go. He got it because I saw his soul leave him his body. And now Sarah caught on. And Richard is looking hopeless.
Was there a Harley Quinn? I don't know.
Yes,
Yeah.
there was a Suicide Squad too. And they had a
Shark.
King Shark.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
and
a
they had a
weasel.
And the
weasel.
weasel one.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm really sorry, you guys. I gotta go.
Bye, DeeDee.
Oh, it's so nice to have you
Happy
here.
New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy
You
New
too.
Year.
Happy New Year.
That's my OnlyFans channel.
Onlyfans.com/DD.
All the helicopter skiing you could take.
Right? All right. Happy New Year. I love you guys. See you soon.
Love you
Take
too.
care.
Bye.
Okay, we have another really bad one.
How is this one
Oh,
bad?
this is super bad. I
The
don't
one
like
I
it.
made is a super bad one.
Oh, but this is a bad one.
Once
Oh,
again, the
gosh.
Hex-colored family.
Mhm.
Yeah.
What the
And
heck,
what
color?
color?
White.
Super bad was years ago. Yeah, sorry. This movie was also from last year.
Was it black?
Black?
Oh,
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's
Dad
black.
wanted close, but the other way around, kinda. Well, he is wanted, but
So I'm thinking the dad is no more. He's dead.
this is so horrible.
Which makes the woman
It's
a
not
what?
okay. It's not okay. I don't like this.
Oh,
I
it's
don't
Black
approve.
Widow.
Widow.
Uh-huh.
Nope.
I see. No, it's
Nope.
not Black Widow.
Do not approve. Do not approve.
Shades, hair shades.
I think this is cheating. Isn't this? Is that from 2021?
Yes.
Oh, it is. Okay.
Is it?
Yeah, yeah.
Sunglass
Well,
rabbits.
apparently.
Shades of hair.
Rabbits in the sun.
Shady rabbit.
Rabbit. That's a good one. This is also clues. It's not a puzzle. This is also clues. So where do people wear glasses? Sunglasses.
Well,
50 Shades of Rabbit.
I like to wear sunglasses at night.
So I can.
Yeah.
So I can.
Yes. Matrix, the new Matrix movie. There's a lot of shades everywhere, and
Rabbits.
they have a white rabbit.
And the white rabbit.
Follow the white rabbit.
Yeah, exactly.
I only
Nicely
wear
done.
sunglasses when they change my Visual Studio theme to light mode. Oh dear.
I know, right?
On the maximized on the 43-inch.
Yeah, it's just awful.
we have that one colleague that has light theme. And he's like, yeah, let me share my screen. No.
All the screaming.
Have you seen the new Matrix movie?
Nope.
Yeah. No.
Loved it as well.
I really wanted to
Yeah.
see it in
It
the
has-
theaters. They closed the theaters again.
Yeah,
Oh
right.
yeah.
I went into it with no expectations because I heard a lot of people
There's been some
Downing
mixed
it.
reviews.
and I wasn't excited. I wasn't thrilled with it, but I also wasn't disappointed. It was like, okay, that was better than the third one, but it wasn't
That's not saying
revolutionary.
much.
That's
like
what
the
you
first.
said.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or you said better than the second one.
Yeah, I did.
It's-
So Jeff,
it's-
have you recently rewatched the other movies? I'm just curious.
I rewatched the first one recently. The other two, not so
Okay.
much. But
Okay.
it struck me as a fourth in the same way that what was the seventh Star Wars movie? The Star Wars Episode 7 that was the return, the last of
Right.
the something,
I don't even know.
the Return of the Lost Hope or something. I forget what the seventh
Right.
The Return of the Lost Hope. Yeah.
But
okay.
it was like scene for scene a remake of Star Wars 4: A New Hope.
Yeah.
Like I felt like that for the first two acts of the new Matrix. It was like, this is scene for scene a remake of
I liked it though. I
original
think they
Matrix.
were very inventive. Without giving away too much detail, I think the way they went around with the whole thing was very inventive, because if they had done it any other way, it would been like, what the actual happened here. So I think they were kind of inventive, and they also updated it to today's
technology.
modern technology. Yeah, exactly. But
Right,
we
yeah.
actually just rewatched them days before, so that helped. I think
Yeah.
that helped a lot.
What struck me was the size. Watching them again now here in 2022, the size of the mobile phones that they were carrying,
Yes.
the wired telephones they had to use to get in and
Yes.
out, the
Yes.
modem, and the whole elaborate telephone connection setup they had to use to dial in. They're broadcasting, they're wireless, they're driving around in this ship, and they need a wired phone.
Yeah. Yeah.
In
But
order
that
to do
was, I
anything.
think that was because the other lines were hacked by the agents and stuff, and then they could get them. So I think they came around it that way, that they needed a hard line.
I really wanted that Nokia.
Oh, yeah.
That was a great phone at the
The
time.
banana phone.
Yeah.
So I remember bought the DVD of The Matrix as soon as it came out. And
Same.
this is in the early conference days. And the idea of a great big, like 15-foot projection screen, like nobody had those at home or anywhere else. So we would break into the conference center off hours to watch The Matrix on the big screen.
Nice.
That's cool.
But I configured the audio incorrectly and it broadcast across the entire hotel.
No.
But we didn't
Oops.
know. And remember, the whole conference center is locked up, right? Like everything's locked. We've stuck in a back way. So they presume there's nobody in there. They have no way of knowing, like, where is this noise coming from that's going across the entire hotel? So we finished watching and packed up and snuck back out with no idea till the morning.
Oh wow.
Really?
Apparently, between 11 p.m. and 1 a.m., an entire movie audio track was played across the whole conference center and hotel.
What,
That's
do you,
kind of cool.
do you remember at Microsoft Ignite, the last one we had in person there in 2019 in Orlando? They showed a movie at the end of the day on the giant screen that they were using with that had where you could sync and sit down and watch all the rooms that they were broadcasting, right?
Right.
They give you a pair of headphones and you could watch all the different rooms. At the end of the day on like Wednesday or Thursday, they started playing they played like Star Wars or something on that giant screen at the one end of the convention center. It was
And that was like the whole wall of the convention center, wasn't it? I mean, it was like
Yeah.
that's amazing.
yeah.
I missed that. But I was only there for part of that event. Seems like so long ago.
Yeah, I remember conferences.
The problem now is that 25,000 of your closest friends is really genuinely going to freak you out. Right?
Yeah, yeah.
So-
25 of them would freak me
Yeah.
out.
I went to a college football game in November. And college football, American football, that is, for our friends that play actual football, soccer. Anyway,
That has nothing to do with a foot,
Or
and
ball.
we're not using a ball. Right, yeah, the football thing. Yeah, got it.
I'll get back to you on that. Anyway, so college football here in the States is a big deal. And the second largest stadium in North America is for my beloved Penn State Nittany Lions. So center of the state where we live here. It's a 3-hour drive away. We drove up for the weekend, and I was in a stadium with 110,000 other people in November,
People.
and it was magnificent. Oh my gosh. To be in that kind of a venue and everybody's cheering and the so excited to see each other. And yeah, we had to wear masks for when we weren't eating or having snacks or whatever. So we always had a cup of coffee on hand.
Right.
So it was just amazing. And yes, Richard, being around a lot of other people is going to freak you out.
It's weird. We got to KCDC in September, and that was 1,000 people. And so they have the big hall for lunch set. But they set it for far more than 1,000 people, so people could spread out. It's the largest number of people I'd seen in a year and a half, right? So it's interesting how quickly our world shrunk.
So,
Yeah.
Jimmy,
Yeah.
though, about that same time, Sammy collected this for you. And it has been sitting in my office
Oh my gosh.
and waiting for you for the next. I was supposed to see you shortly after the pandemic started. I'm like, not a problem. But she has traveled with us, moved from Virginia to Florida, moved to a
Oh my
house,
gosh.
but waiting for the next time we get to see each other. So this is your next gift, and this is courtesy of my
That's
daughter.
so cute. Oh, you should show your Christmas gift. Where's that one?
Let me see. Here.
There it is.
So Jessica got, or actually it wasn't Jessica. So we have a budget, right? Now we didn't
For
state
Christmas
exactly
gifts,
how much this budget was, but there are ways
reasonable.
around it by saying, "Oh, this present is from Santa" or something like that. So I follow a couple of raccoons on Instagram.
As you do.
As you do. And so this Christmas present was from those raccoons.
Yeah.
Oh.
From Melanie and so this is for his bathroom. And showing up in his bathroom.
Yep, I love this one.
Because why not? Why
Right.
not?
And while we're talking about this, I need to show you what I got from Jessica's mom.
Oh, you should. We can do. Is
Butt
it this
napkins?
one?
I
Which
can-
one is it?
Not
No butt napkins.
Let's see if we can
No.
go solo.
There
we
you
go.
go.
I gotta find that picture.
Now,
Oh, I gotta find.
This is
check
our wall.
these ones out.
Yeah.
I know, right?
Exactly.
So if I put these on,
This
and
is going to
switch back.
freak people out.
I know, right?
You have way too much fun with green stuff.
I'm not putting on the costume. I'm not. Putting on the costume. I'm not.
That's
have-
a green morph suit, right?
You have the green suit, don't you?
Yeah.
And
Jessica's all like, "Yeah, you're so expensive to buy presents for. This is what makes me happy."
Yeah, when we have another stream as well, Married Geeks, where we build Lego and stuff and geek out. And every time there's a green Lego piece, he's like, "Look at this! There's nothing here. Now you see it? No, you don't. No, you don't." Every single time.
Easily amazing.
That's how we roll.
You haven't seen when I dressed as Clippy.
Only in pictures.
Only in pictures.
I'm not doing it here. I'm not going to do it here. But
Cliffhanger.
is it on my Instagram? It's somewhere out there. But there is a picture of me. I was wearing a green screen suit, and
Googly eyes.
it was
Uh-huh.
fantastic.
As they should be. As they should be.
Mm-hmm.
And inappropriate
Okay.
commentary. It looks like you're writing a suicide note. Can I help you with that?
Oh my gosh.
Ooh.
Nope.
Moving away.
Moving away. This is a movie. Moving away? Huh? See what I did there? No?
Nice.
We already have it in the chat.
Instantly answered. Like, duh.
Instantly
Instantly
answered.
The
Yes.
the best Christmas movie of them all.
I know, right?
Exactly. We have our annual Christmas picture with me in a gray dress, sweatshirt dress, saying ho ho ho. Now I got a machine gun, and Jimmy as what's his face?
Yeah. What's his face?
Yeah.
John McClane.
Sven?
You know.
No.
Yes, exactly. Thank you.
Have I showed you guys? I think it's actually put away because I already put away my Christmas stuff. But we have the illustrated version of Die Hard Christmas, and it
Because there is one.
there is one, and I read it, all of it or part of it, to my team during our last team meeting
Oh my
before the year, and it's written to the tune of "'Twas the Night Before Christmas," but it's the story of Die Hard, and it is amazing.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yes, it's brilliant. It is a Christmas movie, so
It is the
Yeah,
Definitely.
we know. For sure.
I've made it a annual thing on my stream. I read The Night Before Christmas and 'Twas the Night Before Die Hard on my last stream before Christmas every year.
Yeah, traditions.
Gather round, children, while we hear the story of John McClane.
Have you seen
Hans
the
Gruber.
Netflix series about the movies
movie
that
that
made
us.
us?
haven't
Yes.
seen that yet. No.
They're talking about Die Hard for one, and
A lot of other cool stuff.
it's amazing how much work and how long movies are just laying around
Yeah.
before they actually get made.
Mhm.
Some of them.
Some of them,
Some of
yeah.
them. Yeah. Some of them shouldn't have been made.
Yeah, some of them happen
At all.
quickly, and it's usually a mistake, and most
Right.
of them
Yeah.
take a long time.
Exactly. We do have
Expensive.
another movie. No, we don't, because you need to click
I
on
need
that.
to click something.
Yeah, there we go. Now we have another movie. This is a tricky one.
Okay, got it.
You already know it. So the last picture is they're not friends at all.
It looks like
So
two
it's-
tanks on the world with
Yeah.
explosion.
Oh.
Yeah, and they are doing what? They're engaging in what?
Yeah.
That's a
War.
Yes.
So it's a Netflix movie, I believe. That
The
helps.
Time War.
Almost.
Tomorrow War.
Yes. There you go. Oh, yeah, this is a great tip. From the movie that made us, there's also a show called The Toys That Made
Yeah,
Us. Really
yeah.
good, that one's too.
Yeah.
Time to Die. This would have been, I will give you a point for that one as well. We thought Tomorrow War. This one is, I had fun. It was late.
No
cash.
money
I
for
was
bearded
tired.
men.
I was going to say no cash for ZZ Top. No.
Yeah, that's the movie.
It shouldn't be as much focus for...
Can't Buy Me Love.
Can't Buy Me Love. It's not that far off, though.
No more
think
Santa
it
Claus?
might be a Netflix movie as well.
It might be. There's been a lot of Netflix.
No tips
so-
for old men.
So the first picture, they're not allowed to give away money, right? So if you're not allowed to pay, what does it cost?
Free.
It's
beer?
free.
Free Santa.
It's no NFT for old men.
There you go. That's exactly what I thought it was.
It's free, guy.
One of my favorite
Because
movies.
it's a guy.
Oh.
See, I told you I was tired. This
Free
one
guy
is
was
another
great.
one that I was
Good game.
still tired.
I needed help for this one as well.
Yeah,
That's not Squid Game?
Telepathy and
it's not
chainmail.
Squid Game. It's chainmail, yeah. Mhm.
PlayStation
is-
Unchained.
Yeah, this is.
It is not Squid Game.
It's not Squid Game. This is out there a little bit.
Something fence.
It's not a fence. What does the image actually portray?
And
A lot
how
of Mickey
many?
Mouse.
A lot of Mickey Mouses.
Hidden Mickey.
Like
There's 4 of them.
reflected Olympics.
No.
Yeah?
This is. The
Oh, Jeff
10
is getting
Rings.
it.
This is Shang-Chi.
Because
Yep.
it's a legend. And 10 rings.
Wow.
Ooh.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I've been married to this guy too long, so puns, you know.
Ooh. Oh my gosh, I know that one. That's
Oh,
the
you
next
do?
one. Man.
Ooh.
And Pitch Black.
And that was funny.
Thank you. Although it's not actually pitch black, but still, it's black enough. Yeah. So sorry about those. I was tired. You were tired.
Yeah.
This is what we're like. Oh, it's a green Lego. Nice one. Yes. And a black square. Yep. Definitely.
Could I get those straps? I need
You-
to show it.
Yes.
Because we have
This is what he
streamers, right?
does. He buys anything
this
green. Yeah,
out.
just like Jeffrey's doing right now.
So these are green straps.
No, they're invisible.
I have a
This is
feeling
what I
that
have
this is
to
bigger
work
for me. Look at this.
Yeah. You seem very excited about that, Jimmy.
He is so excited. We have green yoga mats. We have, well,
Oh,
obviously, green
And
ties.
alligators are green.
Mm.
Ah,
I
Put
like
them in
it.
your yoga
just
pants
put
and
them
they
in your
disappear.
yoga pants.
Are
You
there,
just need.
there
Oh,
must be, there has
actually,
to be
those
chroma
pants
green
we
yoga
got that are
pants.
green might be yoga pants. We could get away with calling them yoga pants. So you just need an alligator.
Let's do this.
Yeah, there you go. Well, 2 can play that game. This is the green show.
So you see, the trick would be to have a background graphic that right behind you is an outline of your skeleton, so that when you
Yes.
hold that up,
Yeah.
you see your
Yeah.
bones.
Yep, that's
You just
about
have to
it.
hold very still when you do it.
So as Jessica mentioned, we're doing another Twitch show, Married Geeks, and we were building, I believe it was the second build or something like that. It was the second day with the Ecto 1, the Ghostbusters car. And she was dressed all in green. So you can only see her hands and her head. Ghost.
And the first time I was dressed as the Puff
Right.
Marshmallow
Puff
Man.
Marshmallow? Yeah.
Yes.
I've
Because
been
that's... Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say, I've been sent my fair share of green swag.
Only Geeks. Oh, that's a good name. We do Tuesdays, but they're safe for work. But there will be puns. So fair warning.
So
will
not
be
that
puns
safe.
and green stuff. Not that safe.
Really not that
Only
safe.
for work.
So do you know how Anakin likes his steaks?
No. I'm afraid to ask.
Well done, 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 done.
Yeah.
Or a good answer would also be a little bit on the dark side.
Yeah, that's better.
Okay, that one I like. Have you seen the new Boba Fett?
Yes.
But
Oh,
only
the first
episode.
one.
So the second one came out yesterday.
Yeah, something like that.
They're getting in the right.
Only
direction.
Geeks not safe for work domain. Yeah, we saw the first episode. That's about it.
What do you think about it?
Starting slow, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
And
can't
then
be.
I mean, as a creator, like, okay, I get you're doing flashbacks. I don't think it worked. But
They're doing
am
a
I
lot
happy
more
to be
flashbacks.
back in that universe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Do I want to know what happened after Jabba died? Yeah. I like the idea that Skywalkers and Solos screw up the universe. Right. That they do stuff and then they leave and everybody else has to clean up the mess. Like that appeals to me in a deep way.
The showing how he escaped the Sarlacc. We knew he escaped that. That happened in Mandalorian. But showing how that happened, it was like, okay, now and what's his name? Patton Oswalt had written exactly what was going to happen in this series years ago, and literally exactly what he wrote is what happened in that scene, and it was brilliant. It looked great. Really paid off for folks for that coming out of Return of the Jedi. And wait a sec, didn't that guy fall down the Sarlacc pit? Yes, and here's what happened.
Yeah. And it sucked.
I have a little bit of mixed feelings when it comes to seeing what happened with Boba Fett, because Boba Fett is a little bit of a mystery. Kind of the same thing with the now I'm forgetting the name. Millennium Falcon did the Kessel Run.
Kessel Run. Right.
So the same thing there with the Solo movie showing us what actually happened. It's kind of like removing the mystery. I do like Boba Fett though, but I kind of like
But
him more
you
like
are
a mystery.
you are one of those who do not want to change a single thing. If you're nostalgic about something, God forbid anyone make a peep about it.
Agreed.
Yeah. Even if it's bad. So we just rewatched all of them, all of the Star Wars movies.
But in what order?
Chronologically. So that was
published
interesting.
or storyline?
No, storyline. Storyline. We actually have a couple
so
of left.
AKA the wrong order, right? Like,
Yes. Yes.
Because, so here's the thing. If you're watching them for the first time, it's 3, 4, 5,
1, 2,
1, 2,
3.
3.
Disagree.
7.
Machete order every day of the week.
Machete order.
Well,
Machete
the one
order.
you just said.
Watch Rogue One first.
Oh.
Watch.
Yeah, but we
Rogue
watched them in
One
the
first.
order of
Okay.
timeline order.
So but the machete order then says, then watch 4 and 5. So think about what's happened. You watch Rogue One. Suddenly, the beginning of episode 4 is way more intense. I mean, Rogue One fundamentally changes A New Hope into a much more intense movie. Then you
that
have
first
Empire,
act, absolutely,
and it's incredibly powerful because the bad guys win. You're like, what the hell is going on?
Yep.
Now you watch 2 and 3, and you get Vader's backstory. And then you watch 6 and you redeem
And-
Vader.
What?
Mhm.
And then you watch the Ewoks
No,
and
then
you
yeah.
laugh your pants
Yeah,
off.
without a doubt, right? But it's a fun ending, and you burn the rest, right?
Don't watch
You
7, 8,
sound
and 9.
kind
Or,
of similar.
you also notice we haven't had to watch 1, which means midichlorians aren't a disease, and Jar Jar Binks never speaks. Everything is good.
But Empire
Ewoks
Strikes
in
Back is
yoga
the best
pants?
one.
I would watch that.
What's that, Jim?
Can't be worse than the Ewoks movies we watch
Oh, God,
because, oh my.
It's
Yeah,
gotta be on
no.
YouTube somewhere.
Ewoks in yoga pants
Yes.
with alligators.
It
You know,
would have been a better movie if there were yoga pants and or alligators
And/or
because
alligators.
that was not a good story.
Only
Only
walk-
walks.
Jeff, step away from the keyboard.
Yeah.
I'm
All the domains.
You know, the last thing that I watched was the riveting karate documentary, Cobra Kai season 4. So
There
you know,
you
if
go.
Oh, we have started that one.
Only
So I
seen
thought-
one episode so
Mhm.
far.
I can say season 3 totally jumped the shark. Season 4 got back to, I mean, it's still campy, but it's
Yeah.
I don't want to say more believable, but it's more,
More true to the story?
yes.
I
yeah,
really
yeah,
love that series.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Actually, I didn't want to see it at first.
Yeah.
I think it was when the second season came out, and Jimmy watched it, and he was like, "Well, we should watch this," and I'm like, "But I'm not
I
like
think,
a super
I think we
fan."
saw one episode and you just rage quit. No, I'm just
Yeah.
gonna see.
It's like, why are we doing middle-aged men holding a grudge, the 40-year-old grudge? And it's like, I don't have that love affair with the the Karate Kid movie. I don't mind it, but it's not like, ooh, like you. But then he forced me to watch them, give them another shot, and we plowed through 3 seasons in like 2 days.
So
Scott watched the 3rd season. Well, he watched the first 3 seasons with me. We got through the season 3, and he looks at me and he says, "I've wasted way too much of my life on this. Never again."
I'm out.
so
So season 4 came out. I'm like, "Do you want to watch?" He's like, "Absolutely not." He's like,
mm,
I'm done.
Unredeemable.
Yeah, exactly.
the wife watched the first episode of Game of Thrones with me and said, "Forget it. I'm done. I don't want any part of this. That's ridiculous. Oh my gosh, why would I watch such a thing?" And because of the way episode 1 of Game of Thrones ends, it's just
Right.
if you haven't seen it, I don't want to spoil it because it's a shock. And we got through to like season 4, season 5, and I'm watching these now regularly. And I'm going, "Oh my god, you wouldn't believe what happened." And she says, "Okay, I hear about this whole red wedding thing. What happened?" I said, It's pretty good. It's pretty shocking what happens." She's like, "Is it worth it?" Absolutely. So I said, just put aside what you thought about episode 1, watch episode 2, 3, 4. It'll come around on you. And by episode 5, she's like, "I need to see all of these."
We still haven't seen it.
Not a
It's
You
not
haven't seen
like-
Game of Thrones?
I was
No,
gonna wait
we
until the
haven't-
books were all
no.
out.
And we don't have anything against it. It's just like there's been so much good content, and all of a sudden we were like 3 seasons behind everyone.
That's
We
for
never
me.
got
I know,
started.
like if something starts and I don't catch it in the first season, I get so overwhelmed by the idea that
Yeah.
there's so much to watch. I'm like, I have
Yeah.
so much to catch up on. So
Yeah.
that's one that I haven't done, and I feel
You
know?
need to watch Game of Thrones at seasons in the machete order, okay? Season
Burn episode 1.
No, episode 1. After you see the whole thing, and you go back to episode 1, you're like, "Holy crow! Look what they were setting up." Season 7 and season 8 of Game of Thrones, they went from
Yep.
things were at a very slow, methodical pace throughout the whole thing, almost painfully slow. There's dialogue happening. And they're
Okay,
taking their
I'm
time
out. I'm out.
walking through scenes because they're setting you up for all of a sudden they rip off the band-aid and oh my gosh, what the heck just happened?
Well,
And
what
then-
happened was HBO fought with the guys who were making it, and they basically botched the last 2 seasons.
And the last 2 seasons, they're like, okay, we've got to fit in and wrap all this up and explain all these things. We're only going to do it in HBO wanted more episodes. They wanted less episodes. So there's things where what was Sailing Across the Sea in season 2 literally took a half dozen episodes. They get done it in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh.
okay, I guess we're fast forwarding. Like, all right.
So I can do the last 2 seasons, and I can skip the first.
No, don't do
then.
that. No.
But I can't handle slow. I cannot handle slow.
But
the
what
good-
it
We
Good
still
deal
have
there,
like
too.
15 minutes left of rewatching.
You shouldn't say this. You shouldn't have this on tape. Because that's what's happening. It's
Be-
gonna
before you
get on
finish-
tape. Now
you
I'm.
need to
Tape?
learn.
I know.
Yeah, that's right. We're on magnetic tape here.
What is this tape you speak of?
You need
I
to
don't
learn
know.
in Game of Thrones. You need to learn to hate the main characters, not just despise them or rooting against them. By season 5, you hate these people. Like, what the heck? And then you get halfway through season 7, and you're like, yeah, I'm rooting for her now. Like, what the heck?
Yeah,
You don't
there-
need
there
full
is a
season?
great story arc.
So by season 7, I don't need the full season's underwear.
No, it's definitely very machete in 7 and 8.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I
Okay,
don't
say
do
it.
slow. I don't, but I don't even remember.
Blade Runner.
Oh, Blade Runner. Yeah, so we
Okay.
were rewatching Blade Runner before we saw the new Blade Runner.
Before we would see the
yeah,
new one.
and the new, it's not even new anymore. But I can't, for the life of me, get through it. I have my phone, I have my laptop, I'm doing other things. Does not help. It is so slow, and I got an out. I don't know if the doorbell bell rang or it
Your
was-
mom called.
Yeah, my mom called. Thank you.
I'm looking at you, Mom.
So we had to pause the movie, and I was like, yes, thank you. And we still have those last 15 minutes, or like I say, 2 weeks left of the movie before we can see the new one.
Did
know.
you do the director's cut, Jimmy, or did you do the theatrical version?
I think
Does
it
have
is the
the
original
narration?
one. I think so. I think so.
The
Confession.
I
narration
don't
was
do
built
slow.
for short attention spans. The director's cut is not only longer, but there is no narration.
Yeah.
And so you
Yeah,
actually have to figure the thing out.
Confession. I haven't seen either Blade Runner. And
Well, the
I
first one
love
will
the
take you a
cyberpunk
couple
genre.
of months.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah,
Good
to
to
get
know.
through, because you can watch like 1 minute of it, and it feels like
Yeah, or
decade?
like 3 years or something.
Yes,
See,
I'm not
this
not
is
sure.
what I'm saying.
I'm not sure how you feel about this. It's hard to tell.
Yeah.
You seem to be on the
Is-
fence.
Are both
Yeah,
movies
very-
available? Are both movies available on Netflix?
Netflix.
See what I did there?
I don't know how the international.
And you have that
Netflix-
domain, haven't you?
That's a great
Netflix?
idea. That's a great idea.
We'll get net
It
fats while
is.
you're at it, by the way. So we'll do net fritz and net fats.
That's a great idea. Somebody has it. Are you kidding
Oh,
me?
actually, our last part of our name, Strum, is also the same as streaming in Swedish.
Oh, really?
So that would be a good Netstrum.
Go.
Like Engstrom,
Just
only
saying.
different.
Somebody's already cyber squatting Netflix.
Yeah. There is a Netflix technology.
Oh, we can watch Blade Runner over a stream anytime you want. Yeah,
Thank you.
we can have like a reaction where I come and oh.
They're amazing.
They might very well be, but my brain does not work like that. My brain needs dopamine, and it needs it fast and often.
You can get a little bit of my dopamine because I'm not going to finish the movie.
You know what
So-
you
It's
should do,
not
Jimmy?
a 24-hour stream, at least.
So, Jimmy, you just need to give her some dulce de leche milkshake
Yeah.
or ahead of time so Jessica can get all JoJo the Indian Circus Clown
But-
before she watches.
But then my brain is even more spinned up, which means the rest of the world is going even slower. So I need tryptophan.
That's okay. I was late getting into Breaking Bad. Like they were well
I haven't
into
seen that one either.
into season 4. That's a good one because that one goes fast. Like you'll get into that one and go, "Are you kidding?" Like, I need to know more about this blue meth. It's fantastic. That's another one Mrs. C. Fritz doesn't want to watch. She's like, "Oh, I don't want to watch that. It's all about criminals, and you're encouraging criminals." And I'm like,
It
It's
starts with a
actually-
high school teacher.
and it's more. The first 2 seasons are about the failure of the healthcare system in America.
Yeah,
More
there's
than anything
there is an
else.
indictment there, without a doubt.
We have done the same thing with Breaking Bad as with the other
of Thrones.
Game of Thrones. Yeah, we didn't get started, and all of a sudden everybody was raving about it two seasons in, and it kind of went from there.
Season 3 is magnificent in Breaking Bad, and I'll let you find it. It's so good.
And it ends well, unlike a lot of these series.
does.
Right? Like there are many. Let's be honest. Like Game of Thrones botched the ending.
Oh gosh, yes.
Like
Oh gosh,
not
yes.
that the actual outcomes are unreasonable, but we missed a great wrap up.
Yeah.
But Breaking Bad ends well.
Yeah, there's a lot of series that ends kind of like abruptly, or
Weekly.
they get to know like 4 or 5 episodes beforehand that they're not getting renewed, so
Oh, yeah.
they kind of need to
Right.
scramble.
Or they jump
everything.
the shark, or like one or the other. right?
Yeah.
Like that's kind of it's
Yeah.
very hard to end well.
Yeah.
Sopranos.
Yeah.
I
Would
think
not
Cheers
know.
had a magnificent ending. Sopranos. They're
We
sitting
watched a
around
lot of TV, but we missed apparently the
I thought we
gold
saw
nuggets.
everything, but Sopranos, no.
Battlestar Galactica.
Battlestar
That's
Galactica.
Oh,
That's
the
yes.
new one.
But
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
that's
Heck, the
because
old one.
Ronald Moore negotiated the entire sequence in advance.
Pours one out for Firefly.
Yeah.
Yeah, right there with you.
Cheers had a fantastic finale. Fantastic finale.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's an old.
I don't
old-
even remember
Yeah.
that one.
I mean,
a long time ago.
a perfect way to end a show about a bar. So, gosh, that feels like something that we should stream. A live stream about hanging out at a bar. Richard, I got an idea for a podcast and a live stream.
How about the progress bar, Jeff?
Oh my God, yes.
Can we talk about that?
Can we talk
can we
about
talk
that?
about that?
Yes. Yes.
Oh
it,
my
it will
gosh.
happen in 2022.
There'll be a progress bar.
A progress
That's
bar.
the
Yeah.
best name ever.
It's a user
Jeff-
control.
Jeff came up with it, and it just
Yeah.
we're so excited. We're
Oh,
like,
see?
yes.
We are in in agreement here. Best name ever.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, you can't have a Dev Express bar or a Component 1 bar.
No. No.
Those things-
Nope.
Can't have a progress
Doesn't
bar.
make
Yeah, no
sense.
problem.
Yeah.
So,
And it
yep.
just keeps getting better and better.
I'm just sad we didn't think about it before. I'm like, how is
Yeah.
this even possible?
I know, right?
And all the
That's
drinks are named
awesome.
after components, right?
Exactly.
Controls.
Yep. And we
Oh
can
my
even,
gosh.
we can have some pies and donuts, as
An only
Only
bar
Yeah.
an only bar.
Right.
with yoga pants.
Yoga pants and alligators. Yoga pants and alligators for everyone.
There's got to be a Twitch channel that's just that. Because, right, there's now an animals category.
With
You know-
yoga pants and alligators?
Ducks, at least, and chickens and
Well, the
otters.
chicken one, actually, right now, there are 210 people watching our chicken life. And it's amazing.
Oh,
Oh
that's
my
nice.
gosh. Oh, are you kidding?
I love everything about that.
Oh my God.
Makes me happy.
Yes.
So when is the progress bar taking place?
Well,
Do we know
would
anything?
we would like to do them at in-person events if we can. We really are
Yeah.
working on what that would look like.
Oh my
And then if we can find a way to do a virtual one, it's not as fun, but
No,
But
but,
yeah.
it's still something.
yeah, we'll definitely. So we're looking at the events that we have coming up and hoping to put one together. So
That sounds fun.
as you might imagine, there were supposed to be more live events in January, and a lot of those are
Yeah.
are either being postponed or they are being
Good to pause for a few weeks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I
but yeah.
our friends in Ohio next week. I don't know how they're going to pull that off. And then
Yeah.
Texas later that week. Like,
Oh, they've
Texas,
postponed.
they did postpone already.
Yeah, they're
oh, they
postponed
did.
again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, as someone who runs events, like the one thing I don't want to be is a super spreader event.
Yeah.
Like that.
No.
I
was
we
actually-
haven't had Svitog for 3 years now. This will be our 3rd year. But again, we can't. We usually do it in late January, beginning of February, and right now there's been more. We are technically allowed to do it if we check for vaccine passes, if we're over 100 people. But as Richard said, I don't want one person to catch anything,
Yeah.
Sure.
and it's our fault. What if something really bad happens to that person? No,
Right.
not worth it.
Svitog was the last
Not
event
here.
that I spoke at before pandemic.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm supposed
That's
to be leaving for Bulgaria a week from Saturday, but we'll have to see how that
Yeah.
goes.
Yeah.
Well,
Hopefully we'll get the progress bar. And speaking about
Yeah.
progress, hey,
Aw.
Sammy.
Yeah.
Hey.
I'm looking for alligators in the animals category.
Sviatek Spag is the bomb. Thank you. Thank you.
Only if you have
Well-
a pink beard. So, yes, I did that.
Yeah, you did. We like that. That's why I wear sparkles, because you usually have sparkles and stuff. So it's
So
it's for
I
you.
brought the sequin jacket to Vegas this last time,
Mm-hmm.
and the
And
wife
wore it.
didn't feel completely embarrassed being around me
What?
with that. I was shocked.
You know what, Jeff?
She
I don't
seemed to have a
know.
really good time.
Yeah, but you know what? I think we need to find a sequins animal costume for you. I don't know what animal that would be, but I
Well,
am going to get on
Clearly,
that.
it's the My Little Pony. What else would it be?
Oh, well, yeah,
Obviously.
definitely.
A
There
sequin
you
My Little
go.
Pony costume? Are you kidding? All
I'm-
day.
I'm just
I'm
gonna
still-
say an animal from the top of my head. Let's go with
A
raccoon.
Let me see
sparkly
what I can do.
raccoon.
Sparkly
In a
raccoon.
tutu. In a tutu.
Oh, yeah.
I
This,
was-
this
No,
needs to
no,
be
no, with yoga pants. With sparkly yoga
with
pants.
2 alligators sticking up.
I need to introduce you to my friend Georgia, because Fierce Kittens
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
is known to do things
know
like
her.
this.
Why not a badger?
Not a badger.
Green yoga pants. We kind of have green yoga pants now. We may or may not have bought them because everything green gets
So for
bought.
those who may have just tuned in, our infatuation with yoga pants and alligators has to do with the fact that there was a woman in Florida who stole a couple baby alligators and shoved them in her yoga pants to keep their mouths shut. So, we're just
As one does.
as one does, and we
It's
feel
still
like
funny. It's still.
Well, the great
We've
part
been
is
through this, but it's
there's
still
logic,
hilarious.
right? Like it was thought through.
it was
Yeah.
right. I mean,
Yeah.
They
Florida
planned
is
it
all
out.
about saltair and bad decisions. So you
Yeah.
know,
There
Might
was
as
an
well.
attempt to keep the baby alligator's mouth shut.
Right, exactly. It's all about safety.
I will,
Yeah.
I will remind you, while we were at Code Party in Redmond in the studio, there was a thing about sexy raccoon costume that DeeDee
There
brought
was.
up, and I've been
Oh,
Yeah.
fearfully watching my front porch since. Because, like she said when she was here, one-click shopping is a dangerous thing.
Yes.
There are
Yes.
consequences.
Yes.
Yes. So we know that Sarah has the progress bar in plans. Richard, do you have anything planned? Like fun events or projects?
Well, I mean, Devon's in April, and we're hoping Omicron has passed by then.
Yeah,
It's challenging to do planning when
it
everybody's
is.
as freaked out as they are with cause. I'm all about the 20th anniversary of .NET is February 13th. So that week, I think, is going to be a crazy week. I've been plotting what shows to do on .NET Rocks to celebrate the 20th.
Oh, that's fun.
For the love of .NET. I mean, I think the timing just says it all, right?
Yeah. So it's a great time to be talking about that.
Yeah.
And and enough of the book to talk about it, because it's not.
We
gonna
all feel old, Stacy.
Yeah.
I had somebody come into my stream on Tuesday and ask why was .NET made? I don't understand why folks would choose .NET. I'm like, oh, child.
Mm.
Come here, come hither.
Step into my office.
Yeah. Sit down,
Once
children.
upon a time, there were many runtimes and many class libraries.
And 20 years on, there still are.
There's less than there were.
No, not really. The VB6 runtime still
It's still
ships in
around.
Windows.
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
runtimes are forever. There's a book for you.
Yeah. So
Well, and
The
Name of the next James Bond movie.
it's important to remember
Where they have a hacker who pressed F12.
yes. Don't press it.
it is an opening to the book, but it is reality that Microsoft did not set out to make .NET. Microsoft was making a stunningly successful version of Java,
Yep.
a little too successful, ultimately, to the point where Sun got an injunction to stop them from making Java anymore, and they were essentially forced into .NET. They needed a managed memory development environment that was object-oriented. They weren't allowed to use the JVM. And they needed an alternative language. Microsoft had never made languages before. They implemented other people's languages better than the original, consistently. And that was their business. They made the top version of C++. They had made several versions of BASIC. You know, that was a normal thing. Making a language from scratch was weird.
Mhm.
Why would you do that?
And
I'm really hoping that Microsoft brings back the ban on the runtime for the 20th anniversary. Did
Yeah.
you guys remember ban on the runtime?
Yeah.
yes.
Those guys got cease and desist too, because that was
Did they
back at it. Oh yeah, because the music wasn't considered
theirs.
that was back when those rules weren't as clear as they are now. I mean,
Yeah.
one would argue
Mhm.
it's more legit today than it was then, but at the
Right.
time, you know, it was definitely pushing the envelope. You were not making a parody of the existing song. You were
Right.
using the song with
Interesting.
new lyrics. And
They
that's-
did some awesome songs too.
They did some
So,
great songs.
So a couple things to kind of close the circle on those things that Richard said about why .NET was made, right? Here we are now, 2021, and Microsoft for 2 years now has been managing and owning Microsoft Open JDK, which you could argue they've implemented better than Oracle. And
It's not really an achievement, but yes.
yes, right. IBM has done this also. So has Amazon, but Microsoft has now re-implemented Java, which is why they started building .NET in the first place.
Mhm.
And ironically, more folks probably have the Microsoft JDK on their systems now because it ships with Minecraft.
Right.
So the internal tech emails, Twitter account, tech emails at tech emails on Twitter, yesterday, one of their posts was the Bill Gates email in 1996, where he's concerned about Java
Mhm.
and what to do about it. And 5 years later, that turned into .NET.
Eventually. I mean, first they tried to play with Java.
Yep.
It's also important to remember that the original development stacks available on Azure at the very beginning were .NET, Java, and PHP.
Yeah.
For better or worse.
So it's a long road that's intertwined with Java. It really
Yeah,
is.
and so the origin is almost irrelevant at this point. For anyone
Yeah.
talking about using .NET today, it's like, well, why? Why would I?
Mhm.
Right? And I think the answer is very different now. Right? That really, yeah, it's a cross-platform open source project that is relatively young. Yeah, we got this 20-year baggage, but it's only
Yes.
been in the past 5-6 years that we've gotten
Mhm.
this modern implementation of it. That also has some distinct languages for it.
Yes.
Right? That there
Yeah.
is projects that you can do that makes sense in a functional format in F#. The chunks of code that are best served that way, as well as C#. And there are other choices if you choose to go down that path. Fortran is maintained by IBM for the .NET stack.
Unreal.
And COBOL is maintained by Fujitsu.
It floors me when I hear folks from other tech stacks. They take a look at .NET and they at first blow it off because it's a Microsoft thing. But when they get in and they take a look and they see what we've built, they see the problems that they're having that .NET community has addressed and has had solved for more than a decade. Folks that are struggling with the mono repository concept, like this has been a thing since SourceSafe back in 2003. Like, put all your things in one repository. There it is. And these folks are struggling with it. Well, I don't know what to do with it. How do I segment things? Where do I put all the things? How do I reference and build and include all the things? Blah, 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 blah.
Well, we got templates for that. Let me walk you through it.
Done. So,
my first storage medium for software was cassette tape and punch tape.
Oh,
I had a punch tape reader for a CPM machine before the floppy disk came along. Which is not the punch card. That's different. These were punch tapes. Which some of the very first Microsoft products came on punch tape. When they redistributed with the hardware.
So Commodore 64 was my first computer, and we skipped the cassette tape. My father said,
"You got the 1541.
We're going to get the 1541 5.25 floppy, 5.25 inch floppy disk drive, and I'm going to show you how to use a floppy disk." And because that's the way things are going. And
so my high school job was repairing computers. And there was a bug in the 1541. The 1541 had its own 6502 processor, same as in the 664, like literally the same computer at each. And there were no head stops on the drive. So if you could manually command the floppy disk to seek to track 80, and the head would go off the rails and fall inside the drive. And just go clunk, and you don't have a disk drive anymore.
So
I got several of those a week. That would be after school. I'd go in and to Express and to repair machines, and all the C64 misaligns were there. And you'd take the drive apart, you'd slide the head back on, you'd put a couple of ring stops in to stop it from ever coming off again. It would at least bang against the ring stops, and then you'd realign the disk drive. Because I only charged $40 to align a disk drive when disk drives cost $1,000. And you got them lined twice a year if you were careful. It's just like changing your oil.
There were Commodore manufacturing plants near me here outside Philadelphia. Corporate offices were here. How weird, a computer manufacturing company outside Philadelphia. And so we knew people who worked at Commodore. So, hey, our 1541 went off the rails. Oh, yeah, bring it over here. I'll fix it in the garage later on today.
Easy.
Like, oh, okay.
I did Apple disk drive alignments as well. And the company I was working for at the time, McKay, they got the contract for the local school district that had all these Apple IIs. And so we got the drives twice a year. We got them at spring break and we got them in the summer for a realignment. So spring break was typically around April, and then I would do them again in August. It wasn't perfectly set up for the year, but what are you going to do?
Yeah.
Well, the other thing that would happen is that whenever the disk drives would break, they would just put them on the shelf until the next service period. They'd take them in, right? So you have drives that were running, were taken off to be realigned, and you had drives that were on the shelf needed to be repaired, right?
Yeah.
And there were really only a couple of things that would typically go wrong with an Apple disk drive. They were somewhat simpler than the 1541s. One was that it used a ribbon connector. It was 22 pins. And so if you were offset the row and off by one, you'd send 12 volts into the 5-volt controller. And so it would do a fairly standard set of damage. It would blow a capacitor and damage a transistor. And so you desolder those components, put it back on. Discrete electronics, like I actually would make repair kits for a drive controller burn because it was that common. And so, and just drive alignment, I got really fast at repairing those. You'd get a half a dozen of those, but then you get the exotics, right? Like this drive's clearly been kicked down a flight of stairs. Like I'm not going to be able to fix this one. This is a factory repair, right? Like that stuff I can fix and stuff you can't, right? So you get through the easy ones. You do then you get the exotics. So you take the screw. I take the screws off the cover. I don't know what the kid did to this drive. My guess is a Kraft slice. That's my guess. Probably with mayonnaise on it, just to see what would happen. Because I slid the cover off that drive, and the whole inside of the drive was green and fuzzy. And I'm like, I just slid that cover back on. I'm like, that's a factory repair. I'm not. Apple can look at that one. I'm not fixing that.
Yeah, I was going to ask about very large magnets in drives might be affecting. That's a whole nother story.
A whole other category. I serviced 8-inch drives and 5 1/4s. The 3 1/2s were almost unrepairable. Like at that point, the electronics were small enough and integrated enough that it was cheaper to throw them away than it was to fix them. Like now, the drive, the alignment was $100 and the drive was $50.
Yeah, not worth it.
Yeah, but we were still aligning 5 1/4s for a long time until they finally got too cheap.
Yeah, those drives.
The old full height MFM drives. I had the Seagates and so forth, and they would get flat spots in the motor coils, and so sometimes the motor coil couldn't start the drive. If you spun the drive a little, or you just hit the chassis in the right corner, so it would spin up. So I actually got a lawnmower starter and took it off, and because there was vents in the front of the IBM case, so I mounted it to the bottom of that Seagate drive and had the little pull cord sticking through the front of the case. So you put the power on, pull the cord, drive starts every time.
But aren't you the same person,
That's
Richard?
insane.
That had cooling for your machine running outside the house?
Yeah, in this room actually. I did water cooling before it was cool. Well, starting in 2000, the machine with the P4s, they started getting really hot.
Oh yeah,
and regular air cooling didn't work well enough. And I remember seeing the first water cooling jackets at CES. And so I started buying them out of Germany and assembling them. And then you start figuring out, how bad it is to have water inside a computer and how little water is actually in the loop. So then it was like how to increase the amount of water and how to make it safer. And so ultimately, when we rebuilt this room, I put pipes in the wall and vented it outside. And I used a great big cooler to dump all the water in and to pump the water back from. But I actually had to put a heater in it because in the wintertime it would freeze and you can't cool. So it actually had a little aquarium heater set at like 60 degrees Fahrenheit to keep the water from freezing. But yeah, I was now a service. Beside the outlets was a pair of valves for the water loop for the machines. But modern coolers today are all phase change coolers now. All those little metal pipes off of the copper. There's actually alcohol in that, and the phase change takes the heat and carries it up into the radiator and back down again. So eventually you strip it all out. It's not necessary anymore. I run across some water jackets once in a while, but they're kind of an obsolete concept these days.
Yeah, mine's liquid cooled over here.
Yeah, the modern version of liquid cooling.
Yeah. This is a Ryzen 9 5900.
In the end, I wasn't excited about water cooling. I was excited about quiet computers.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I was interested in. And so, that's what that was all about. But once I could do quiet cooling with sealed phase change coolers, then forget it. I'm not going to do water cooling anymore.
Well, friends.
Yeah. It's lunchtime.
Dinner time.
Sure. Let's have lunch at 9 p.m. Mine is dust cooled. Isn't that the a really good way of ending this show?
Yes.
A dust cool computer. Yeah, I'm going to aim for that one. Thank you so much for joining us. This has been a blast, really, and what a way to start the year.
Thank you so much for having us. Yeah, awesome. Hopefully everybody has a year filled with alligators in their yoga pants. I mean, what more can we ask for?
We're going to check in 3 months and make sure.
Awesome.
Okay.
Okay, until next week.
Yep.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
See ya.
We'll
Bye, everyone.